I didn't think it was as dangerous as it was. I really was naive to the fact that my daughter was being deceived, so to speak, by many people. I just thought, dangers were kids in the neighborhood, not someone on the internet. How's that going to affect our children? They're here with us. I didn't realize that it's very easy to be talked into things as a child, and I didn't know that there was people out there doing that.
Me and my sister received a tablet, both of us, for Christmas one year, and I had met someone through one of my friends on Instagram, and we began talking, just like casual conversations for a while, and he decided to ask me for some inappropriate pictures, which I was 12 at the time, so I didn't really understand that aspect of it, but I ended up sending him some pictures.
The way my daughter Haley was acting was the first clue that something was up. She got quiet. She was more secretive. We caught her up late all the time. We kind of had a no tablet in your room rule, and she would sneak it, or we would find it in the morning in her room, or we would find her on her sister's because we grounded her from hers. I mean, there was definitely like she needed to have her tablet, and that was just kind of odd.
My dad was like, okay, something's definitely off, and he would go through my tablet on a regular basis, but I was being so secretive to the point that I would delete messages that were on there so he couldn't tell what we were talking about, and then didn't realize that pictures get backed up to like an SD card on your tablet once you delete them out of a conversation. So he found it that way.
Haley had expressed to her sister that she had this boyfriend named Bruce, and her younger sister came to us and said, hey, Haley has a boyfriend, his name is Bruce. And that's where I think it all started.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, she's 12.
That's right.
She has a boyfriend?
Who
is this Bruce?
My instant reaction to that was Bruce. I was like, no one names their children Bruce these days. So I was like, is Bruce a man? So that's when I started digging deeper, and it just carried on. There were certain individuals following Bruce with fake accounts. They had fake screenshotted pictures for their profile picture, and you could just tell they were fake. I mean, they just looked wrong, and all the pictures on their page were like screenshotted furniture. So then I would go to the next guy, and he had almost the exact same layout pictures, but a different name, different face. So I'm like, how does this person know this person? And why are they sending my daughter messages? How are you? Do you want to talk? I copy and pasted their email address and started looking in Google, trying to figure out who these people were. I emailed them. I didn't get any response, of course. Actually, 2 of them, I got the mailer errors saying that the account was closed. And so that's when I was like, okay, this is really suspicious. These people are multiple fake accounts, and they're trying to talk to my daughter through this kid that is asking for nudes. And that's when we decided to maybe take it to the police, because it got a little out of our hands. We could only do so much.
This operation is for the good of the cause. That means that it's way bigger than us. This team has arrested 81 pedophiles, and if you look at national algorithms, that translates into over 2,000 victims that have been future saved by holding somebody accountable. This is an example of what's out there. Today's world's a lot different than it was 20 years ago. A lot of the interaction, the majority of it, is all online. And remember that if I am out pursuing a asset, I'm gonna go to where the assets are being displayed. I'm not gonna go where nobody is. I'm not gonna go stand at a corner at a mall, because that's just too creepy, right? But I'm gonna be online, I'm gonna follow people. These predators have a community. And many of them are social apps, dating apps, but there's always that deviant side that people want to go deeper into this rabbit hole. And that's where we go. We go to Kick, Skip the Game, City X Games. There's always new ones coming all the time, but they'll start a communication. Then they ask for pictures. They want to see proof of life, and then they take the next step. He says, hey, send me a picture of your chest. And it just continues to break it down. Send me a picture of your genitals. And as soon as that happens, boom, now we're gonna take it to the next level called sextortion. And now, if you don't do what I want you to do, if you don't send this, I'm gonna tell your mother, I'm gonna tell your father, I'm gonna tell your friend. So what happens, this kid keeps sending them, or this kid sometimes even takes their own life. That's how it happens. It always starts slow.
It seemed like we were dating, but a long-distance relationship, obviously. So I was like, okay, well, I guess we're in a relationship, so this is okay. Me and him were planning to meet up at one point. He lived in California, and I'm glad that didn't end up happening because I probably wouldn't be here.
They did track Bruce down to Anaheim, California, and they tracked the other members of his circle, so to speak, to Anaheim also, but they could never locate a real person because they were always using free Wi-Fi.
It was scary. It was really scary to think that that happens here at home.
Mm-hmm. I think we're both very loving parents, and we've always tried to care for our kids first, and we fall short of the feeling that social media can give children. Even the best of best parents can't compete with what they're allowing their children to view and send and see on the internet.